I have been living under a rock for the longest time because up until like the other day, I had no clue there was a new Velma animated series coming out. So, upon further investigation, I took a look at it and wow. First of all, I'm not interested at all. I mean, originally the premise was like, okay, because let's be real, Velma's a hottie. I've always had a crush on Velma from Scooby Doo, especially the lovely ladies that like to cosplay as Velma. So if you're a Velma cosplayer, feel free to shoot the photos my way in my DMs. Get you a little bit of 8-inch Eric. Anyways, just joking. Velma, it's come out, and just as expected, Hollywood has tried to do stuff with a series based off of a beloved franchise, Scooby Doo, and they've put their own twist, acts of inclusiveness, switch characters around just to do it, just because it has to be that way. We can't have things like the way we used to have when we grew up, guys, because that's it. It's all about diversity, inclusion, and spirit. Yeah, that's good. That is fine. In theory, that sounds great on fucking paper, right? But do not be surprised if the majority of people don't like that, especially if you're taking major franchises that people grew up with and putting your hogwash in it. First of all, almost all the characters from the Mystery Inc. gang are a different nationality, ethnicity than what they originally were. And I'm going to say this right now. I don't care that Velma isn't a nerdy white girl. Let's just get it right there. I'm fine with that. That's not the part that pisses me off the most. It's the part that the plot is complete utter garbage. It's like they're purposely writing weird stuff with drugs and sexuality and, trying to have wokeness to every single thing just to fucking do it. It's like, who are they aiming for with this stuff? It's fucking weird. And then on top of that, it's an adult version, like an adult animated series in the vein of, I guess, like Family Guy and Rick and Morty and stuff like that, which in initial premise, I was like, oh, a Scooby-Doo adult series? Okay, I can get behind that. But then you read the plot and you're just like, oh my God, it's garbage. But evidently, I'm not the only one that thinks that, because the Velma trailer has been downvoted to oblivion and destroyed on Rotten Tomatoes. So this was a video that Clownfish TV posted, and they talked about it. And you can see right here at the bottom, it says the ill-conceived adult take on Scooby-Doo seems to be dead on arrival with both audiences and critics. The trailer was downvoted so badly that Warner Brothers turned the comments off. Audiences are tanking the show on Rotten Tomatoes, and even critics are giving it poor or middling reviews. Jinkies. Or like I like to say, oinks. Let me know how my Shaggy impersonation was. Rank me down below 1 to 10. Alright? Anyways, I think that was pretty good, right? That was a good zoinks. Looking at the Rotten Tomatoes, let's go ahead and go to the Rotten Tomatoes. You can see right here, it's currently standing at 53% on the tomato meter critic ratings. There's 19 of them. And then you can see it's an 8% audience score. So here's the critics' consensus right here. It says, Jinkies, this radical reworking of the beloved mystery team has plenty of attitude and style, but it doesn't have the first clue for how to turn its clever subversion into engaging fun. And apparently that's putting it nice. We can take a look at this. All critics, 10 rated fresh, 9 rated rotten. I wish it would show you the critics that do it. Average rating, star rating of audience is a 0.9. So yeah, even look, if you just go from all critics to top critics, it drops to a 46%. Fucking yikes. And this comes off of me just the other day saying that Rotten Tomatoes was a pretty sus website because Megan, a horror movie about a doll or an AI robot doll, was currently ranked like better than most of the MCU. So I don't know. Rotten Tomatoes usually is a little hit or miss, but this says it all. But if you go to their YouTube channel, you take a look at the beautiful dislike button right here that if you get the Google Chrome extension, you can see it again. You can see that this official trailer from HBO Max has 10K likes and 298K dislikes. And as reported, the freaking comments are off. Off. Because of this backlash. Again, people like to label this angry people that are bigots and stuff or a small majority opinion or a small minority of an opinion. It's not. The majority of people don't want to see garbage like this. Now, why is it garbage? There's various different opinions and stuff, but I found this good article that basically just summarizes it. And we're going to take a look at it, and I'll give you my thoughts on it, too. So, this says, race-swapped Velma labeled woke garbage. HBO Max faces massive backlash. Massive indeed. Now, this goes, Velma spin-off animated series from the Scooby Doo franchise has been labeled woke garbage by several netizens. Fans have taken to the internet to share their frustrations about the show, primarily their displeasure at how the title character has been race-swapped from white American to South Asian. Fans became more upset after a report from Deadline claimed that the character would belong to the LGBTQ community. Now, I have no problems with LGBTQ community at all. All right. As a matter of fact, I've always had the hinting suspicion that Velma was a lesbian. Let's be honest. That was always the inside joke, right? Velma's a lesbian. So I have no fucking problem with that. And you know what? I'll even go on to say that I have no problem with the race swap. I know a lot of people these days get mad when they change certain characters. Like, for example, on the Resident Evil Netflix series that came out, Wesker was an African-American man. A lot of people kind of don't like that. They want stuff that's true to the form of the content or the original artwork. For me, if it's a live action show or a live action movie, I'm for whoever's the best cast for that role. Whether they're white, black, Asian, Mexican, anything. if they are the best talent that can act in that role, I don't care. But when it does come to iconic characters, it does get a little difficult. Ideally, the general consensus for people that are going to consume that content, they want somebody that actually looks like the character. For me, let's just get that out of the way, because I know you guys are going to be like, oh, you know, blah, blah. I don't care that Velma is South Asian. I don't care that she's lesbian. I've always thought Velma was lesbian. So, I don't know. That's the thing. Anyways, she is played by Mindy Kaling of The Office and Mindy Project. And I got to say, I like her. I thought for the most part she was kind of funny at one point. Maybe not so much, but you could see people on Twitter are taking to the extreme on it. And it's because of, I guess, messages and stuff that they have to add into it when it's fucking Scooby Doo. So you can see right here, HBO Max's Velma is going to tank hard as shit and is a perfect example of people getting tired of forced, woke garbage being paraded around as entertainment. It's becoming a tired shtick. And that's the thing. It's when it's forced. Like, if it's forced wokeness into the stuff just to appease the woke culture, that's where people are getting tired of it. I get fucking tired of it. Now, this says Velma's getting a lot of heat for fans for being woke. And it says, many angry fans have taken to Twitter to express their distaste for the show and its race swapping of their favorite characters. Some have even called for the show's cancellation. So, yeah. You can see right here, what's new on HBO Max in 2023. The cancellation of woke Scooby Doo would be a blessing. HBO Max, I'm not interested in your woke trash like Velma. Thanks. No one wants to watch this woke nonsense. Why is Velma Indian now? She's white. Please quit this. Ain't no one want to see just to see Velma. Also, stop trying to pander to the snowflake and woke audience. Stop trying to change things that worked in the past. And this is all fair assumption, all right? I know some people might say I'm riding the fence. Me personally, I don't care that she's lesbian or South Asian. The problem is that there is depictions of messages like sexual connotations for me that I don't like. and other things like that. So you can see um, Shaggy is going by Norville Rogers and is a African American man. Daphne is now Asian because she's voiced by Constance Wu, and she's lesbian now, which basically she used to be with Fred, but now she's not. So are they trying to force in a love affair with Velma, Daphne, and Fred? That's what it seems like. And that's where the fucking problem is, all right? You're forcing it in. You're changing shit. This says the creators reportedly pitched the show to HBO Max where it would feature a love quadrangle in which Velma would have a secret crush on Fred while Shaggy and Daphne will have their respected crushes on Velma. So everybody wants to fuck everybody in the new Scooby Doo. Fred Jones is the only main character who remains unchanged from his original depiction. So there's going to be some kind of weird, bullshit going on where everybody wants to have sex with everybody. And I don't know. It's bad. It's bad. So, and here's the other thing. Here's the other fucking thing. And this is something that Mindy Kaling said. It's one thing for your stuff to change and, make its own adaptation and stuff like that. And, whatever. You're funding the money, you're producing it, whatever. It's one thing to do that, but when you pull the crap like what Chris Evans did with Lightyear, and he just basically disrespected the audience and insulted them, that's where the backlash goes. And that's the problem is it's not so much the changes that people get mad about, it's the culture. It's the people that are forcing this, that are acting a certain way, that are just fucking intolerant even though they preach tolerance. They attack their core audiences. They freaking shove stuff down our fucking throats and say if we don't like it, too fucking bad, right? But if it was the other fucking way around, it'd be a mess. Here's an instance. Mindy Kaling did the same thing. So last year, she angered anti-woke and Scooby Doo fans who were upset at the race swapping of the titular character. She took to the stage during the Discovery Upfront presentation. So at the presentation in May, New York, she said, "Hopefully you notice my Velma is South Asian. If people freak out about that, I don't care." Anticipating the angry comments, HBO Max has turned off commenting on the show's video trailer. So according to a report by FISM TV, the true extent of the damage caused by the woke ideology and its spread can be seen in how the Walt Disney Company lost $123 billion in 2022, a loss that reportedly hasn't been seen since 1974. So, continuing on, and I thought I looked it up. Give me 1 point. Alright, so here we go. The plot point says Velma is an adult animated comedy series telling the origin of Velma Dinkley, the unsung and underappreciated brains of the Scooby Doo Mystery Inc. gang. The original and humorous spin unmasks the complex and colorful past of one of America's most beloved mystery solvers. Why couldn't they just keep it? Again, they know they're coming out of the gates defensive already. Mindy Kaling did it herself. You're coming out of the fences ready for backlash. Doesn't that tell you something? You're not. It's a fucking. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking know. Okay, I don't know. All right, there's no use in trying to fight this. But it's good to speak up against it, which is why I wanted to talk about it. So you can see audience score plummet towards single figures as fans don't see the funny side. Right? There's many complaints about the series. So, yeah, let's look at some of these images. It feels like this wasn't going to be a show about Scooby Doo characters. Like Mindy Kaling had a really, really, really bad original idea that couldn't get picked up. So some brain trust decided to attach it to an IP to try and boost its viewability. I really feel like if this were an original show, not Scooby Doo characters, no one would have cared or even talked about it. Every character is changed to the point of not being that character anymore. The jokes are just punching down at the audience, telling you that you're an idiot. And that's the problem. It's like, why does woke culture attack its fucking people? G4 did the same bullshit. Frosk attacking your people. It's like you have to fucking down punch. You have to punch down at your people like they're all Neanderthals when they're the ones that are going to make your thing something. At this point, if everything's changed so much and your focus is whether somebody's gay or straight or not, or whether they're some kind of demographic that you want to appease to, make something brand new. Why use the name Scooby Doo to push a woke agenda when you could just make original characters and make something that you stand for on its own merit? That's what I don't know. Why do you have to fucking Verizon? It's not a brand deal. Get the fucking ad off my fucking video. But you can look at this right here. Look at this other review. It took everything that was Scooby Doo and turned it into nothing. It's basically just a cash grab using Scooby Doo's good name. Like, if you're going to push all this stuff, if you're going to race swap, if you're going to put an LGBTQ agenda, again, me personally, there's nothing wrong with a character being lesbian. Because let's be real, back when Scooby Doo was originally made, that wasn't really a thing that was out in the social culture. But if you're going to change every single thing that your core audience likes about it, and you're going to fucking make them feel like they're trash for not liking the product you put out, you should have made something brand new, or else you're just feeding a fucking agenda. So look at this. Poorly made fan fiction, race swapping, meh. It's been done to death, doesn't impress anyone, and we no longer care. The humor, bleh. Didn't laugh once. I guess that I'm just too old to really appreciate it. Characters, sigh. Drug dealing Daphne. Yeah, Daphne's a fucking drug dealer. Tiny pickled idiot Fred. Yeah, they actually, I forgot to mention to you like that. One of the things that they use to describe Fred is that he has a fucking tiny private part. Like, they had to include that in the fucking thing. Why? I get that it's an adult animation, but why? Oh, Eric is just a 40-year-old man crying about a fucking cartoon. Fuck off. Boss chick Velma, ho hum. Importing established characters into your fan fiction doesn't do anything but tick people off who actually like the source material. It's not going to draw new audiences. Everyone already knows that the Scooby Gang is for children, and even adults watching this adult content are going to be biased with this attitude. As far as the mythical modern audience, it's amazing that they always fail to appear. Reboot it with better writers, and we'll try again. And that's a good point right here. The modern audience. It's amazing they always fail to appear. If the audience that wanted this woke garbage was around, why is IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or all the reviews for this garbage, this woke garbage, this fucking low? Point fucking proven right there. Where's the support? If this is what America wants, if this is what the world fucking wants, where's the fucking support? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.